To get pasta sauce and toilet paper while listening to Pantera.
And then there's people like me who have never heard Pantera.
I don't expect you would enjoy it.
Probably not.
His very loud, screechy guitar and stuff like that. I thought Boomerang was active cartoons. Like, I just thought Boomerang was a different Nickelodeon. Is that not what it is? That was Cartoon Network. Well, Cartoon Network was adult cartoons, for the most part. Or at least it was when it started. And I don't mean adult cartoons like adult movies, right?
Yeah, nothing risque. Well, maybe risque, but not triple X anyway.
Right. So what is Boomerang then? Is Boomerang cartoons from like 25, 30 years ago? What it is? Boomerang was cartoons of yesteryear, like Hanna-Barbera, Wacky Races, Scooby-Doo, Roadrunner and Coyote, that kind of stuff. Tom and Jerry. Okay. But they don't show that stuff anymore because that's too old. Now they're... So what are they showing now? Ren and Stimpy, Rugrats? Saturday morning cartoons? The Tick? Wacky Races was good, man. Captain Caveman. Those were some good cartoons.
My favorites when I was watching cartoons was Rocky and Bullwinkle and Johnny Quest.
Ah, I can never remember the one from, I guess it was the 60s and 70s, but it was the one that was like, God, there was a, they were like, God, I don't know how to describe. There was like an elephant that would shoot rocks out of its nose, and slime creatures. What cartoon was that?
It doesn't sound vaguely familiar.
Thought it was from that time frame. It was showing cartoons from when you were a kid. Okay, so yeah, give me examples. That was my question. What cartoons? The Herculoids. That's the cartoon I was thinking of. It wasn't an elephant, it was a rhinoceros. Okay. A rhinoceros that shoots rocks out of its horn. There was a dragon, a couple of slime dudes, and a giant rock guy.
Okay, I remember that. That was on about the same time as He-Man.
Yeah, this is said it debuted in 1967 and ran. What is it with cartoons? I remember cartoons lasting forever. This cartoon had exactly 18 episodes. I remember hundreds
they just
of
played
episodes.
them over. Yeah,
Sure.
they played them over and over again.
But like I didn't think of that. Yeah, this was this was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon. Yeah. Primarily ran from 67 to 69. And then re-aired in the early 80s. Re-aired from 81 to 82, which was also before I was born. Oh, wow. They were doing... Okay, so you're obviously younger than I am, because Dexter's Laboratory, Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Okay, those were cartoons that were... I don't know. I guess I was probably middle school aged at the time. Maybe like freshman in high school. When was Ed, Ed, and Eddie?
I grew up watching the Monkees and what else? Something similar. The Beatles for a short period had a cartoon show. I don't even remember the name of it, but it didn't last very long because I don't think they liked the way it turned out. But the original Batman series, watched that when I was growing up with Adam West.
Ed, Ed, and Eddie premiered in 1998. That was my freshman year of high school. Yeah, I wasn't watching Ed, Ed, and Eddie. I was familiar with it, but I never watched it. Yeah, my childhood cartoons were obviously like Ren and Stimpy, but I also watched like the Batman animated series from the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
That one was like, I also watched, that one was really critically acclaimed. I watched the X-Men cartoons from like Saturday morning cartoons, which they recently like restart. Well, they didn't restart it. They picked up where they left off. After like 20 years, they brought it back. Reboot the Batman animated series? Nah, let that one stand. That one was so good. That's where Harley Quinn came from. Most people don't realize that, but Harley Quinn didn't exist before that. I don't think. I'm pretty sure that's where she came from. Yeah, originated in the 1992 Batman animated series. Yeah. Oh, you're naming multiple shows. Oh, okay. You meant the show called Reboot. Yeah, that's different. But yeah, a lot of people from this, like, that are younger than my age don't know that Harley Quinn started from just a cartoon. Now she's like one of the most popular Batman characters. True.
You know what I just realized?
What's that?
Your dad did not grow up watching cartoons.
Yeah, I guess not.
Because they didn't have TV back then.
Nope. At the very least, he didn't.
Yeah.
But even then, even in early TV, cartoons weren't really a thing at the time.
The only
Like,
cartoons
Be in movie
back
theaters, I
then,
guess,
yeah, would be like what we would call previews now, only it was a pre-movie, basically.
We just got my mother-in-law to start watching Schitt's Creek.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Did you ever watch that?
No. I know Catherine O'Hara died recently.
Yeah. That's what brought it to our mind as we were like, oh, hey, have you ever seen this? And she was like, no. And we're like, okay, you have to watch this. It's hilarious. One of those shows that Cappy and I end up quoting at each other all the time for no reason.
The only real TV series that I watch anymore are British.
Ah. Well, this is close. It's Canadian.
Well, yeah.
We watch. I don't know if you. I guess this really isn't a TV show. It's more of like a game show or something like that. But we watch a British show called Taskmaster. I don't know if you've seen that before.
Nope.
I'll have to find
Oh,
you an example of that show and send it to you and see if it's something you
yeah.
like.
Where do you watch it on?
Oh, sorry, I forgot how to breathe and not swallow my spit at the same time. Uh, we watch it primarily on YouTube because they also just put their episodes up on YouTube for free.
Ah,
But it's essentially the premise of the show is they take six comedians, almost all of them exclusively British, but usually they try to get like one foreign comedian. So they'll have a French comedian or an American comedian or an Australian on there or something. And it's what it sounds like. The host is a British comedian and he gives them tasks to do that are just like usually mundane things, and it's all like first to do this, like fastest to accomplish this wins, but the tasks always have some kind of like interesting like joke or trick to them. And they're never
sounds
difficult.
interesting.
They're never difficult. Like one of them that I can remember off the top of my head is they go into this room and they're not allowed to leave the room, and there's a briefcase that's locked with combination locks, and the task is tell me what's inside the briefcase. And so like the different comedians go about different ways of trying to figure out what's inside the briefcase. One of them spends the entire time trying to solve the combination on the locks. One of them just picks it up and like starts shaking it, trying to figure it out by what it sounds like. One of them proceeds to start smashing it against the ground, trying to just smash it open.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I'll find a good example, like maybe one that gives you like here's one task, and it'll show you all the comedians trying to complete this one task. That's real funny. Send it to you. You could be like, yeah, this looks great. I'll watch these.
Usually when I watch British TV, I'm watching lighthearted mysteries.
Gotcha.
You know how much I was into Miss Marple and Hercule Poirot?
Yeah.
There are, I guess they're podcasts really, because all it is somebody telling the story, but they're fanfic. Miss Marple's, Hercule Poirot, a bunch of other, Sherlock Holmes, stuff like that. The one I'm watching most of is Miss Marple. And there are probably 5 or 6 at least channels that are doing this. And it's all fanfic, and they do a different one every single day.
Damn.
Some of them are very good. Some of them are very awful.
Well, yeah, as fan fiction is.
Yeah, some of them are canon and some are very non-canon. So it's kind of,
My game crashed.
Oh. Okay.
You'll probably get kicked out.
I'm back in the office.
Yep, me too. Okay, I'm going to send you a new invite.
All right. Escape. Go up there. Multiplayer. Okay. And Alt-Tab.
Okay, I sent you a code. Or I sent you an invite, I mean.
All right, I'm going to have to... trying to get to the point where I can accept your invite, to tell you the truth. Let me see if I can do it from my other screen. Yeah, there it is. Okay. I got to turn that off so that I can see you.
Hey, she's back in.
Yay.
Let's go finish that job.
Okie dokie. Exactly. Father Brown, Sister Boniface. Midsummer Murders was a favorite for a long time. And Death in Paradise was pretty good, but I kind of got bored with Death in Paradise because they kept changing the characters. Let me out. Let me out. But yeah, that's the kind of thing that I like to watch.
Have you watched any of the newest Hercule Poirot?
No, I haven't. Are they British based or US based? Because I watch on BritBox mostly, sometimes Acorn.
I know they've been doing a bunch. They've been like redoing a bunch of the Poirot movies recently. Like, isn't Death on the Orient Express? Isn't that him?
Yeah, I heard about that.
There were 3 movies. Okay, yeah. Well, the three movies are new movies in the terms of like dates, but they're
They're the
basically
same story.
yeah, it's the same story. It's just the three biggest Hercule Poirot mysteries. Like there's Orient Express. I think there was Death on the Nile one of them,
Could be.
and then I forget what the other one was. But yeah, they all had like the same actor playing Poirot. And
I haven't seen any of those. It would be interesting, but I'm not sure anybody could do it as well as David Suchet. I'd have to see it.
who is it? He's a relatively well-known actor. I just can't think of his name right now. A Haunting in Venice is the other one.
I'm not familiar with that story even.
The actor is... Oh, is that him? 2023. Yeah, Kenneth Branagh.
Oh, I know him, yeah.
Yeah, he plays Poirot.
Interesting.
I'll
have to see it.
I know that the movies were all relatively highly rated. Like everybody really liked them.
Yeah. The Miss Marple movies, there were actually 3 different actresses that played Miss Marple in those. Basically because the actors kept dying off. And they were all very good. And the fanfic podcasts that I listen to, they're on YouTube, and they use a picture for their thumbnail. They use a picture of one of the actresses that were in the Miss Marple movies. And then they just put a generic picture of some sort up on the screen, and you sit and listen to it. Half the time I don't finish the whole thing because I go to sleep halfway through.
Fair.
I'm anxious to see the Jamie Lee Curtis movie of Murder, She Wrote.
Jamie Lee Curtis is doing that?
Yeah. I want to see how she comes across in that. They're saying if it goes over well, they may try to redo the series. Or some of it. But I always like that show.
When we go over to my mother-in-law's place on Saturday mornings to do like laundry and lunch, she's been having that on a lot recently. The original one, the Angela Lansbury one.
Yeah.
And we've been just not really paying attention, but kind of like watching them in the background as we talk about other stuff. And we're like, ooh, man, these are rough. They have not aged well.
Hell no.
They're poorly acted. Other than Angela Lansbury, poorly acted. The stories are all not good. we were watching one today where some lady was trying to like tail this guy, and I don't know why because I wasn't listening to him. But the guy went to a hotel room to check in, and he's at the front desk of the hotel room, and the lady literally saddles up beside him like 2 feet away from him and has on a pair of those sunglasses that are like that have the sides on them and everything. And she's just sitting there like staring at him from like 3 feet away. And the guy checking him into his hotel room. And according to the story, he knows who she is because when she shows up later, he's like, it's you. I'll get you for this or whatever. And I'm like, there's no way her standing there with those stupid sunglasses on 2 feet from him.
One of the things that Angela Lansbury did in that series, and she was part of the producing team of it, she gave parts to old movie actresses and actors. So these are people who no longer were working in movies, but she gave them parts on TV so that they would have some income.
Yeah.
So a lot of them are just, they're past their prime anyway.
Well, these two characters were not older. They were obviously like young people. Probably like their first roles kind of thing in that case. But it was just like, it was funny because I was watching it and I was just like, oh my God. I remember watching those as a kid though.
I enjoyed them. I really did. And of course, at that time, they didn't look dated.
No, of course. Yeah, no, I'm not saying they were bad then. I'm just saying, like, watching them now, I'm like, ugh, they did not age well. Especially, like, I think one of the stories was somebody had gotten in trouble because the cable guy had showed up to her apartment to, like, fix her cable TV. And he plugged one of the cables in wrong. And now she got on all of her TVs, she got video footage from her neighbor's apartment. But there weren't any cameras in the apartment.
How does that happen?
It doesn't. But like, as an IT guy, I'm like, that wouldn't even happen even if there were cameras in the other apartment. That's not how any of this works.
But nobody knew that back then.
No, they didn't. This is like the mid-'80s, Nobody knew this stuff. They were like, oh my God. You can plug your TV in wrong and just start seeing people in the other apartment next door? No, you can't, but whatever.
I could see that being believable in the Twilight Zone.
Oh, sure. But yeah, like you said, it was the 80s. Like, the general populace had no idea how any of this stuff worked. I mean, to be fair, they still don't, but...
True.
Oh man, we had somebody at work the other day. I don't even think I told Cappy this story. New employee at one of our customers got scammed in their email by literally the oldest scam trick in the book. They literally got an email saying, hey, I'm a Nigerian prince and I need some money so I can get out of like prison or something. And then when I regain power, I'll send you money back. And literally this lady like started giving information. And
oh God.
And got like, luckily our software that's on their computers stopped anything from happening. But we literally like we couldn't do anything about it. We had to tell her boss. So we ended up calling her boss and being like, "Hey, do you know that Nigerian prince scam thing?" And she's like, "Yeah, the really old one that nobody falls for anymore." I'm like, "Yeah." So it turns out one of your newest employee that they fell. I always feel bad because that's one of the first thing I tell like users I talk to, and I can tell that they don't want to tell me what they did to their computers. And I always tell them like, "Look, I'm not going to tell your boss and get you in trouble. That's not why I'm asking you. I'm asking you so I know what you did so I can fix it." But then in some situations I'm like, "I'm sorry.
I gotta tell the boss."
You have literally endangered the entire company with this. I'm going to have to tell your boss."
Well, I actually got scammed last weekend.
No.
Yeah, I did. What it was, I've been a member of AAA for years.
Right.
And AAA, about once a year, sends me something and says, this is a coupon. You come into one of our offices, we'll give you a nice backpack, we'll give you a collapsible cooler, we'll, all kinds of nice gifts. And what they're doing is they're trying to get you in so that they can, they make you talk to one of their travel agents. Just, where would you like to go? Would you be willing to use our services? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I've done it several times, gone down to their office and picked up the free gift, and they're always really nice. And they, give me a 5-minute spiel, and then I say, well, give me a couple maps, and they're happy, Well, I got this email, and purportedly from AAA, and of course it looked exactly like a AAA email would look. Proper logo, all that kind of stuff. And they wanted to send me a free car maintenance kit, which, I could see AAA doing that. And all I was going to have to do is send them shipping. Well, that was my mistake. Because to pay the shipping, I had to give them my credit card or my debit card number.
Oh.
Yeah. And yeah, I knew within 24 hours that it had been a mistake. But the bank, thank goodness, is very good at catching stuff like that. And they sent me a notice, a possible fraud notice. They had they had charged me the amount of the shipping.
Which
and that
probably went through, yeah.
Yeah. Then they tried to charge me like $85. And the bank caught that one and contacted me. And they refused that one. So that didn't go through at all. So they're in the process now of investigating it, and then they've already given me I think it was like $17.50 or something back for the shipping. But I had to go get a new debit card because they, had to deactivate the one I had.
Yeah. Issue you a new number, and
yeah.
Now you have to go to websites and put your new credit card in, or put your debit card.
Luckily, this is not the debit card that I normally use.
Oh.
Because I normally use the one from Arkansas.
Okay.
And this is the one from here, and I just never, changed over because, I just didn't need to. So it wasn't that big a deal. But, it's embarrassing.
Yeah, because you got to go into the bank and be like, "Hey, I fucked up."
Yeah. And they said, "Oh, this happens all the time." They were nice about it. And
that's
then
when
your sister...
That's the one upside about all this, is banks have gotten really good at just being like, "Yep, don't worry about it, we'll fix it."
Yeah, this is Navy Federal Credit Union. And they were really, really nice. But your sister-in-law came over a couple days later, and I was telling her about it. And she was showing me how to find out from the email address
Yep.
that they sent it from whether it was a legitimate email or not.
Yep.
So hopefully, if I can remember how to do that next time, I won't get scammed. But
Well, like I'm here too, so if you ever question it, you can always just be like, "Hey, can you hop on my computer and look at this real quick?"
yeah,
Because I also
yeah,
do
and
this for like a living, so it's like I get people all the time being like, "Hey, I got this email, and I can't tell if it's legit or not." I'm like, hold on, show me.
yeah.
And I always tell
Well,
people, I'll tell you the same thing I tell my customers, which is, um, it's a lot easier and a lot quicker for me to look at your email and tell you yes, it's real or no, it's fake, than it is for me to fix the problems that it caused. You know?
yeah, yeah, definitely. But they've just gotten so good at it. You know, I used to deal with this with your aunt all the time when she was here
Right.
or when she lived nearby. I had to clean up her messes. So you'd think I'd have learned my lesson, but they've just gotten so much more sophisticated about it
You're not wrong.
that this looked perfectly legit from what I was used to seeing. But now I know. And
Yep.
at least it ended up not costing me anything.
Yeah.
Just
Not in the
having to
long
get
run.
a new debit card. Lower front wall.
Yeah, it looks like the sides next to these windows right here.
Lower front wall.
Right there. Right there. Look. Other side. Nope. Inside. That section, but inside. Yeah, right there. The white part. Nope. To your right. To your right. There you go. That section.
Ah, I see it now. It didn't click it though.
Oh, there's a bunch at the top. Let me see if I can reach that.
Yeah, I can't reach that far.
Hey.
That was a long one.
Yeah, it was. Oh, man.
Let's see what's next. Then we'll decide if we can do it tonight or not.
There's an extra long limousine.
Well, that shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah. A really, really long limo.
Wow, yeah, it is.
Got a helicopter on top, a pool in the back.
Oh, it's got a leopard skin top.
Ew. Well, I've been not really reading, but like kind of skimming through these messages that are coming through, and apparently there's been like a minor city riot over how shitty the mayor is. And now the mayor is commenting about how cool he thinks this limousine is. And I'm like, you know what? I get it. I can see why they don't like this guy.
I haven't even been paying any attention to all those dialogue things.
I've missed so much that I don't really know what's going on. But I figured when we're done with the game, I'll probably look it up and go read it. Because someone has to have, like, typed these all out somewhere. There's a pool in the back of this limousine. It's scummy. No, I'm not alone. Cappy forgot how to breathe and drink at the same time. Please don't choke to death. Oh my god, Mom, clean one of the tires.
One of the what?
Tires.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That is so stupid. Oh, now I can't get back up. There we go.
You okay, Cappy?
Oh, there's a kitty inside the helicopter.
Oh, adorable.
Ah, it won't let me jump up on the helicopter.
Oh, hey, I did it.
Hey!
I'll get the top of the blades for you. Okay. You alright? I figured it out, she says. Figured out how to breathe.
Oh.
Yeah, that sucks, doesn't it?
The helicopter is labeled as the JJ-13.
Well, that's his name, Jeff Jefferson or something. Oh, yeah, there is a cat in there. Adorable.
We're already at 96%. Front bumper. Ah. %. Center wheel well and front door. Okay, you got that. Hot tub drain, hot tub rim, and the rear door handle. Must be on the other side.
Helicopter main rotor blade.
Windscreen trim, I'll get that.
Helicopter body.
Job complete. Yeah,
so
that's
bad.
a little ostentatious.
A little.
That was a quick one, though.
Shopping mall.
Yeah, that's going to be a long one.
Yeah. You want to call it there?
I think we better call it there.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a long job.
All right. Well, thanks for having me.
Thanks for playing with me, Mom.
And I will see everybody next week.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming and hanging out. We really appreciate it. We will be back next week to pick up where we left off. But in the meantime, thanks for hanging out. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to figure out how to quit the game. Oh, it's this, I bet. Oh, here we go. Quit. I figured it out, guys.